Yeah, I know what time it is. What's up, YouTube? It's your news. It's your subjects. It's your things. Want to talk to y'all as usual. How I want to talk to y'all. The origin of student debt. Reagan advisor warned free college would create a dangerous, educated proletariat. The Intercept. Yo, you put this behind a paywall and I'm screaming. Oh, thank God. The origin of student debt. Reagan advisor warned free college would create a dangerous, educated proletariat. Let us go to the main menu. Ha 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 ha. Hopefully you're enjoying yourself on YouTube today. If you are, please do me a favor. Hit that like, hit that bell, hit that subscribe. Do the things so you can help the things. It's time to talk about student debt. Now, as you know, of course, already, the big conversation is all about the $10,000 forgiven in student loans. Now, the big debate, ironically, it seems that some people believe that canceling this debt is a bad thing. It will lead to bad things. It is on the taxpayer. There's a lot of excuses. I don't like to reiterate shit because why would you click on a video to hear the same thing like everybody said on Twitter? You're here for a little introspect. I would assume you want to be entertained, you know? What I notice is a very small tangent of this large conversation is people who feel like this is comes with caveats. This comes with caveats. It's either not enough. If you could get this through, you could have gotten more through, and that would have been better. That's their assumption, their assertion. Or if they do 10,000, then it's not gonna help, and we should have done it for everybody, and you should have struck out for that instead of playing this game because it's not gonna help that many people. And I feel bad sharing my wealth with people who make this amount of money and da da da. I'm not trying to be funny, but I can definitely empathize with the fact that you have been hurt by the Democratic Party and almost pretty much verbatim trauma beaten into believing that everything they do comes with strings attached. That's okay. That is a legitimate, valid belief, yes, and that is a legitimate, valid assertion of the movements of the Democratic Party. We can all agree on that. I hope that we can stick on that realm real quick. However, you do have to at sometimes admit to yourself who are the people saying the negative side of any type of progress that is made. Have you ever saw a trend between that? Have you ever started to notice that these conversations tenderly are generated out of thin air? You notice that it's quicker for you to notice the other side's argument than it is like what you're actually advocating for, what you actually think ahead of time. Have you ever noticed that there's a kind of consistency between that and the pushback between, the goodness of getting any type of student debt relief? I hate to remind y'all of this, I really do. But money is fake. Money is fake. Now, you've heard that before, and for us to go into the entirety of how the economy is, born from some sort of asset that creates a value that transcends anything in the human diaspora, I totally understand if you're willing to click off here because it's like, oh God, it's another one of those. Money isn't real. Money isn't real. If you were to ascertain that money has value that controls the portions of human lives, then I would have to ask you, why would it be a bad idea in any realm whatsoever to ever just be like, here's a good thing for people? we're spending too much money on it. But you said you would agree with me on the assertion on the prime. Sorry, the primus. You agreed with me on the primus. Yes, I agree that economies are created. So why is now we could go into the whole thing about the obvious argument. Oh, but the tax benefits and the feels of the elegance of trickle down economics, and the people who employ people need to have the money to be able to employ people. You want to take it from them, well, people will lose jobs and prices will go up. Okay, here's what's crazy to me. And that's why I wanted to read this piece. Everything, everything in this goddamn country exists under the purpose of profit. Country, everything exists under profit. Whether it's your time and labor or whether it is a product that is bought, everything. I'm scared now. Oh no! Oh shit! Oh, let's go. Okay, so we're gonna. Ah, damn. Oh, it's live. Oh, it's live. Oh, it's live. I want to make this its own thing. Oh, it's live. Okay, so we're gonna hold on to. We're gonna hold on to that. We're gonna hold on to that. We're gonna hold on to that. I don't want to react. 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 I was going on a good point. I was going. The YouTube audience is like, "Hey, yo, come on, finish it, finish it, finish it, finish it." They know what it is too, right? Probably because they heard the first second. Nope, I'm not reacting to it yet. Hold on. Let's. You delivered some good news. I wanted to put you on the newspaper. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are on YouTube right now, this is what we do on Twitch. We have fun like this. Sometimes my chat will absolutely derail my thought when I'm spitting the hard truth about money and the education system of the lower class, but it's fine because that's how we have fun here. That's why we make it fun. That's why Paradigm on top. Hit the like, hit the bell to stay notified, subscribe. I drop videos when I drop videos that they always bangers. And I'll be live on Twitch. Fuck with your boy. The newspaper said sub now. The newspaper said sub now. Who the fuck says a word like that? Vociferous?
I'm here to tell you
right now. We don't care.
Let me tell you
we don't care. Hey, thank you for the tier 1 subscription. We're at 4 out of 5. Thank you so much. Heavily from the bottom of my heart. Makes me appreciative that people I never expect. I know we don't pocket watch out here. So I always expect, people don't got it like that. So when you do got it and you choose me, that make me feel like I'm doing a good job. Thank you. And you can make me feel good too by subscribing on YouTube, even though I won't see it, but I will see it. And the notifications, I swear to God, I'll see it. I'll see it. I'll see it. I reply to people. I shouldn't be replying to people, but I reply to people. With the vociferous, who uses a word like that? Like, I get it, you're a writer, but Jesus.
Vociferous.
Yeah, I know I pronounced it correctly. I know how to read. When I was one of the special kids in school. That's all I took with me, yo. And it's I never wanted to ever I understood that my brain hyperanalyze shit. I knew that I was one of them kids back then. But yo, when some kids read, bro. And now as a teacher, I just like giving kids the chance, even if they can't, because it's public speaking. They get over their nervousness. I work through it with them. I make them feel good about it. But back then, nah, teachers used to make you sink or swim, yo. Teachers used to make you sink or swim. With the vociferous debate over President Joe Biden's announcement that the federal government will cancel a portion of outstanding student debt, it's important to understand how Americans came to owe the current cumulative total of more than $1.6 trillion for higher education. In 1970, Ronald Reagan was running for re-election as governor of California. He had first won in 1966 with confrontational rhetoric towards the University of California public college system and executed confrontational policies while in office. In May 1970, Reagan shut down all 28 UC and Cal State campuses in the midst of student protests against the Vietnam War and the U.S. bombing of Cambodia. On October 29th, what the fuck, bro? What? On October 29th, less than a week before the election, his education advisor Roger A. Freeman spoke at a press conference to defend him. Freeman's remarks were reported the next day in the San Francisco Chronicle under the headline. So wait a minute. Governors have done shit like this? Like, isn't this a violation of the First Amendment? Is that not a There's no precedent! Freeman's remarks were reported the next day in the San Francisco Chronicle under the headline, Professor Sees Peril in Education. Fire. According to the Chronicle article, Freeman said, we are in danger of producing an educated proletariat. That's dynamite. We have to be selective on who we allow to go to college. If not, we will have a large number of highly trained and unemployed people. Freeman also said, taking a highly idiosyncratic perspective on the cause of fascism. That's what happened in Germany. I saw it happen. Freeman was born in 1904 in Vienna, Austria, and emigrated to the United States after the rise of Hitler. Jeez, everything on the fucking internet goes back to Hitler. Oh my God, Godwin's Law. Pepela 825. Every time. Godwin's Law, also known as Godwin's Rule of Hitler Analogies, is a statement maintaining that if any online discussion continues long enough, someone will almost certainly compare someone else to Hitler. No, I'm not reacting to it. You didn't see it. Everything goes back to fucking Hitler, bro. And an economist, that's not a real that's not a real job. I'm sorry, economy. Like, if you're an economist, I know there's a Twitch streamer that's like, I think Econo Boy is also an economist, but like, that's not a real job. You're always losing. You never win. How you have a job to study money to put it in the best place and you always lose. Like, it never goes correct. Like, come on, yo. Who became a longtime fixture in conservative politics, of course. He served on the White House staff during both. So he served on the White House staff during both the Dwight Eisenhower and Richard Nixon administrations. In 1970, he was seconded from the Nixon administration to work on Reagan's campaign. He was also a senior fellow at Stanford's conservative Hoover Institution. In one of his books, he asked, can Western civilization survive what he believed to be excessive government spending on education, social security, etc.? A core theme of Reagan's first gubernatorial campaign in 1966 was resentment towards California's public colleges, in particular UC Berkeley, with regularly repeatedly vowing to clean up the mess there. Berkeley, then nearly free to attend for California residents, had become a national center of organizing against the Vietnam War. That's a big message right there. That's a big message right there. If it's nearly free to attend for California residents, then most of the people that decide to go there might be of low income because, duh. And who do you send to war the most? The poor, right? So who's going to argue in this circumstance? The poor, right? I think that's pretty easy for us to understand. I don't think there's anybody who could argue that, but here's my big question. No, you're fucking lying, Cag. No way. No way. I don't know nobody. Am I just like not a part of that, bro? That should be weird. Oh my God. Anyway, Berkeley, then nearly friend and become a national center. Deep anxiety about this reached the highest levels of the U.S. government. John McCone, that's a little bit closer to John McClane than I would like. The head of the CIA requested a meeting with J. Edgar Hoover, J.E.H. requested a meeting with J. with my man Jay, head of the FBI, the FBI, to discuss communist influence at Berkeley, a situation that definitely required some corrective action. Oh, it's back to communism. Okay, I'm not gonna read this. The success of Reagan's attacks, because I've just read. Oh shit, that scared the hell out of me. I thought something that was like coming to choke me. Wow, I was about to lose my soul just now. Oh my god. 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 Okay, that's better. The success of Reagan's because U.S. Nixon decried campus revolt. Spiro Agnew, his vice president. See, like your name is Spyro. Is that Spyro, or do you say Spiro? Oh, I gotta know. Did we have somebody in government named Spyro? Oh, son, please. How do you pronounce? How do you gimme volume? Come on, yo. Y'all always got pronunciation of names. Oh, I need to know.
Spiro.
Yes! I would be awesome at a game show if those were still popular on television. I am on demon time. Anyway, Spiro Agnew, somebody who sounds like a fucking like Slytherin. Harry Potter, Gryffindor, Spiro Agnew. The moment they put the hat on, Slytherin. Like, come on, bro. What the fuck is you talking about? Spiro is not a Hufflepuff. His vice president proclaimed that thanks to open admission policies, unqualified. Oh, what did I say? What did I say? I am predicting things in an article from The Intercept. I am here, bro. I am educated enough to figure this shit out. Proclaimed that thanks to open admission policies, unqualified students are being swept into college on the wave of the new socialism. Prominent conservative intellectuals also took up the charge. Privately, one worried that free education may be producing a positively dangerous class situation by raising the expectations of working class students. Another referred to college students as a parasite feeding on the rest of society who exhibited a failure to understand and appreciate the crucial role played by the reward punishment structure of the market. The answer was, quote unquote, to close off the parasitic option. In practice, this meant to the National Review a system of full tuition charges supplemented by loans which students might pay out of their future income. In retrospect, this period was the clear turning point in America's policies towards higher education. For decades, there have been enthusiastic bipartisan agreements that states should fund high quality public colleges so that the youth can receive higher education for free or nearly so. That has now vanished. It's not. I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing at like how much grammar was paid attention to in the sentences all the way, and then like how perfectly like that is what you would do if somebody were reading this. You would say that has now vanished, and it just felt so like simple. And I was like, yeah, that's great. In 1968, California residents paid a $300 yearly fee to attend Berkeley, the equivalent of about $2,000 now. Now tuition at Berkeley is $15,000 with total yearly student costs reaching almost $40,000. Okay. So peep the math. Peep the math. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this live. We're gonna do this live because people like to go on YouTube, argue with me, and be like, peep the map. Okay, so hold on. Tuition is 15. If we're taking this article at face value, it could be lower, higher, but we're gonna say that's the medium. with total yearly student costs reaching almost 40,000. If we click the link, they link directly to it. Cost of attendance, yes, quite literally. Oh, cost of attendance, they were even nice on them. They were even nice on them. So they said living in an off-campus apartment, which is what most people will do, or living in an on-campus, and they gave you the medians. Okay, so they weren't even lying about that. Okay, so 15,000 plus 40,000, $55,000 per year, assuming assuming that you spent no more money. You had everything. I'm talking clothes, transportation, food, water, all of that. No rent, no, everything is covered in that $55,000. I have to assume, and I want you to follow me here in this logic. I want you to follow me here on this logic. I have to assume that your parents make, or your parents live in a situation which they can afford 55,000 a year for just you, just the one kid. We only had one kid, so they have to make at least double that because there's no way you're dumping more than 50% of your yearly income into your child's education. It's it would, I guess, put you in a certain place that if you could afford this type of payment, then you know what I mean. Like, you definitely have equity. You definitely have capital at this point. You definitely have a house. You definitely have assets. You know what I mean? But follow me here for a second. We know for a fact that poor people live with the supposed idea that 30% of your income should go to the rent. So out of that $110,000 that I'm assuming, I also have to add 30% of that to figure out their income. That number has to be 30% of their yearly income. I did that wrong. I was supposed to divide, wasn't I? Like, I was supposed to divide. Yeah, I was supposed to divide. So, at minimum, to afford going to this college on straight up, just straight up, without thinking that your family needs anything else, I have to assume that you safely make around $370,000 a year. But wait, there's more. You make $370,000 a year, but are you the only one who works in the family? Assuming that somebody who makes $370,000 a year, math on stream is never a great idea, is it? Now I'm good at math too. I used to like pre-calc and like I think calc one. I stopped because it never applied in real life. But like I'm good at calculus. I know what all of these mean. I guess that helps. Anyway, assuming you, I don't know, marry within your bracket, let's say, I'm gonna safely assume that gross is double that. You're making about 740, $750,000 jointly if you're a couple married. I can value seeing that be a reality, whether one person's pushing this and one person's pushing that. Now, that is only because this is what I'm expecting out of a person who lives and is able to afford that. Hold on, though. There's more. Now that we've figured out how much they make per year, Let's go all the way back to the first cost. Gross. Not net. We haven't even talked about net yet. I know people are waiting for it. I know it. I can feel it salivating. I know you want that punchline. It's coming. $685,000 a year. That person could never, ever be compared with somebody who was a parasite feeding on the rest of society, who exhibited a failure to understand and to appreciate the crucial role played by the reward punishment structure of the market. So, if I am to be certain, is that not straight up a violation of American rights? Can I now extrapolate that if the thought was that, then this is what we're dealing with? Uh-oh. Student debt, which had played a minor role in American life through the 1960s, increased during the Reagan administration and then shot up after the 2007 to 2009 Great Recession as states made huge cuts to funding for their college systems. Oh, so it reverses the cycle. They up the prices, making it less accessible, which means less people have different ways to get money. And if you do that in certain neighborhoods, and then if you get thrown into a fucking recession, imagine what happens to those people who could barely afford it then. What happens to them now? Uh-oh. That brings us to today. Biden's actions, while positive, are merely a band-aid on a crisis 50 years in the making. In 1822, founding father James Madison wrote to a friend that the liberal appropriations made by the legislature of Kentucky for a general system of education cannot be too much applauded. Enlightened patriotism is now providing for the state a plan of education embracing every class of citizens. Knowledge will forever govern ignorance. I want you to hear that. I want you to hear that. Knowledge will forever govern ignorance. And a people who mean to their own governors must arm themselves with the power which knowledge gives. Freeman and Reagan and their compatriots agree with Madison's perspective but wanted to prevent Americans from gaining this power. If we want to take another path, the U.S. will have to recover a vision of a well-educated populace not as a terrible threat, but as a positive force that makes the nation better for everyone, and so should largely be paid for by all of us. Yeah, I know you want me to contribute. I'm sorry, I won't. So, we can. Sorry, let's bring us back here. We can extrapolate. What have we learned today? There are tools and mechanisms not necessarily thought of as political that are used politically. Those systems have been corrupted by the political system. The people who want to harm us the most use the political and law systems. It is not a hard thing to understand where some minorities are coming from when they say, hey, I noticed the way you're moving. We got to stop this because it's already grown too powerful as it is. That's my piece for today. Student debt is a lie, and I will see you in the motherfucking next one.